So guys, this is what Nigerian government has reduced Nigeria, the people of this country, into. According to this video I showed you, there are two different videos. In one of them, you will see where the villagers are busy celebrating bandits. They snap selfie with them. Imagine the kind of impression this will tell on the people. The villagers, the little children that are trying to snap selfie with these people, they struggle, as in, watch the video very well. They struggle to get selfie with bandits. Imagine those children, what is in their mind? Wetin they feel like now? After, will they blame say insecurity is getting bad every day? This video already is making ground on social media. People are really disturbed. But who do you blame? We've seen videos where governors from the northern part, they snap pictures with all this terrorist gang. When Gumi was there, Gumi was every shot on a daily basis, snapping pictures. Each time he go pay ransom, he go come and snap picture with all these terrorists. What kind of impression are we creating? These villagers, they are celebrating these people because they want to live. In the other video you saw, is where our police, our mopo, they use their motor to they escort bandits. Can you imagine? They use their motor, police, they use their motor to they escort bandits. I know some people, when people will hear it, this one will sound somehow, how police go to escort bandits. By right, I know these policemen, I'm not blaming them. Obviously, I know they are not happy doing this thing, but they are doing it because of their own safety. They are doing it because they want to live. That is how insecurity has turned Nigeria into. They are doing it. Those policemen that were busy escorting those bandits, I believe in their heart, they're going to cry. They're going to say, which kind of embarrassment is this? But they are doing it because they want to live. They want to see their people. And yet we have government. Tinubu don't come out, talk, say, enough is enough. We are going to tell these people that will not tolerate this nonsense. This is what they have been saying even before Tinubu take over. I'm not putting this on Tinubu because before Tinubu take over the government, these things don't happen. But then we have to hold Tinubu responsible to an extent because now presently, Naim be the chief commander. And before he came, he knew what Nigerians were passing through. You know, waiting there on ground. So one expect that before he make up his mind that he want to take over the mantle of this leadership as a president of Nigeria, he should have an idea of what to do. This needs to stop. A lot are going on in this country. Now, let's look at it this way. Former governor of Kaduna State came out, Nasiru El-Rufai, to raise an alarm. Yes, according to Datti, and I believe some persons will still make the same statement, that is El-Rufai and his cohorts, they are the one that started all this banditry issue. But then the guy is speaking now. Now, waiting that they tell people, the main truth is that the main fact we should take in order of this is that they are now speaking. They are telling Nigerians the truth. And the earlier that Nigerians have understanding of what is happening, is better for all of us. Now, El-Rufai has come out to say that this government is still paying these bandits. Imagine if the government is paying the bandits. Now, the same villagers from the northern part of the country are now lobbying themselves around, worshipping the bandits, saying the bandits as messiah. What do you expect? These people are learning from the government themselves. It's obvious. It's obvious. They are relying on these bandits now because they believe that the government has failed them. They believe that they cannot hope on the government. So the only better option is to worship the bandits then, make the bandits then not kill them. Just exactly the same way that the government are paying the bandits, paying them salary, giving them food in order not to attack the people. But is that the right way to go about this? Is that how we are going to continue in this country? What is the implication of this? The implication of this is that tomorrow this thing will increase. The insecurity in the country will increase because more people will want to become like those people so that they will be worshipped. Now they are making this job of kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, they are making it very lucrative. Is attracting more investors, more people into it, our young people. Then this other part of the country, where they talk about yahoo, ritual killing, they are still making it more interesting in this part of the country because our youth now in this southern part of the country, once they see all these people where they do yahoo, all those things, they're going to celebrate them. Tomorrow they want to be like them. So where is the future of Nigeria? And one we wonder, really, is this what the leaders of Nigeria, what they have, the plans they have for Nigeria? Because so far, for the government of today, government of before now, you go see, say, they know they get the plans for Nigeria, for the future of this country. That is the reason why we dey see our leaders 80 years, the one that I put for there. 90 years, they go one still dey there. They go one day there till they die. Because when they show say they get hope or they get anything for the young generation, this is getting out of hand and it need to stop. We need good leaders that will start thinking about the youth. We need good leaders that will start thinking how to stop this insecurity in Nigeria, because it's eating up Nigeria. Let's forget what the president every time keep coming out to say. President and his people, they are just cooking up lies, a lot of lies to cover the lies where they don't already lie before. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look to see how Arise Television address this issue, and also to hear what Ahmed Datti have to say about the security of Nigeria, how it started, what is the cause, as in waiting be the reason why this insecurity started in the first place. Ahmed Datti really exposed a whole lot about Erufai, APC government, and guys, you really need to hear it. It's explosive. So guys, I'm going to drop those reactions for you to watch, and please help me to drop your comment on this. Do you really think that if Nigerian government decide today that they want to address this issue of insecurity, despite who they involve, whether they go feed one? Because we hear them, they always talk, say you cannot fight government, you cannot fight government. So if someone cannot fight government, who are these people now that are fighting the government, that are winning? Because obviously they are winning. Guys, I would like to hear those wonderful thoughts in the comment section. And again, help me to share this video. Give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to others. Thank you very much. And bye. See you in my next video. Now, please take a look.
Stage now, where a shocking video has emerged showing residents celebrating as gunmen wielding AK-47 rifles and riding on motorcycles stormed their community during a peace dialogue meeting. The gunmen were seen moving freely with their weapons, drawing cheers and praise from some locals despite the absence of Nigerian security agents in the area. The video also captured residents taking selfies with some of the gunmen, shaking hands with them and even praising them, while others engaged them in friendly conversations. Let's take a look. The disturbing video raises serious concerns about security situation and the state of relations between some communities and these armed groups. The residents appear to treat the gunmen like celebrities, as we saw in these videos, Ayo Rufai enthusiastically posing for pictures with them. Well, we also had reports that these community members were actually attacked during a meeting. And after that meeting, the community members talked about the fact that the federal government might be aware of the meeting, and they actually accused the federal government of being aware of the meeting, and that these bandits were talking about the fact that this meeting that was holding was not supposed to hold because they are sabotaging the government of the day. Rufai.
Oji, with due respect, do you blame the people that are taking pictures with criminal elements and bandits? You say people are turning them to celebrities? As the government not turn these bandits into celebrities, don't you see governors of states take pictures and do photo ops with these bandits?
We've seen that. So
what the people just did, they copied their governors. Their governors that take picture with criminal elements, they are the ones they are copying. So they are just copying it, and it's a reflection of the state of insecurity in the country, where if you have an AK-47, you are the big man in town, everybody will run around you because you don't want to die. So they are just copying is it not in this country we saw Ashwebi for terrorists and bandits, Operation Suluhu? I beg you, the floor, let's talk about things better. So the people are copying what their governors are doing. Their governors too are taking pictures with criminals and bandits and having peace deal with them. They are drinking tea together. That's what. So the people copy their leaders.
Well, it is good though. I believe yesterday during that meeting in Abuja, the president also said that he's going to sent some troops to that area. In Katsina, only recently we saw gunmen storm a worship center and killed it's about 55 people or 55 communities. And I'll just quickly read what the president said. He said, "We will defeat insecurity. We must protect our children, our people, our livelihood, our places of worship, and our recreation spaces. They can't intimidate us." So it's good that the president had released that statement. A quick comment, then we'll take the story.
No, the comment is simply that when you see the people serenading, celebrating bandits, it says one thing, that the people have lost faith in their government, that the people have lost trust in their government, that the people believe that these bandits who come to them, either with religious propaganda, or they collect taxes from them, or they promise them protection, it simply means that they believe more in those bandits. The second thing is that the Nigerian government has always talked about a whole of society approach at a non-kinetic level, that the Nigerian people should also support the authorities to fight these bandits and terrorists. And then you'll find in certain parts of the country, some people saying, oh, these are our heroes. I think it's unfortunate. It speaks to the failing profile of the Nigerian state, qua state. The second point is that the president, speaking to the orphans of the Buhari organization, because they are orphans, their leader having died, having passed on to glory, and reassuring them that, his administration will provide security, bandits cannot intimidate the government. That is the purpose of government. Section 14 sub 2. The job of the government, whether it's Tinubu or anybody else, is to ensure the security of the people and their welfare. So President Tinubu is not saying anything extraordinary. What we expect is result, outcome, difference, so that you and I can sleep without waking up 3-4 times in the night each time we hear a sound. We say, hey, what's happening? What's happening? We should be able to sleep with our 2 eyes closed.
The government is paying bandits to dissuade them from killing Nigerians. Now, take a listen to him.
What I will not do, is to pay bandits, give them monthly allowance, or send food to them in the name of non-kinetic. It's nonsense. We are empowering bandits. It's not the government of Kaduna State. It's a national policy driven by the Office of National Security Advisor, and Kaduna is part of it. Many states are objecting to that, but that is the policy now. Kiss the bandits. That's the new policy.
Who is concerned about that statement is Senator Datti Ahmed. He's joined us live. He's a former lawmaker and the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023. Thanks so much indeed for joining us tonight.
Hi, pleasure to be here.
I know you were one of those who were somewhat very concerned about that statement. What's your view about that statement, though?
That statement is at the core of Nigeria being Nigeria having a government. Do we really have a government if somebody who sold Nigeria's assets for 4 years at BPE, served as FCT minister for 4 years and served as governor, would say that there is a national policy of paying bandits? Do we have a government? Am I a citizen? Are you a citizen? Does Nigeria exist? Or do a pack of people live in a certain territory with another group of people claiming to misrule them? Do we have a government? Do we have a nation? What are we doing? Are people understanding the gravity of this statement? Do we even have an office of a national security advisor? A national policy is official position of government. An official declaration that this is what we shall be constitutionally doing, what we shall be legally pursuing. That's what we call a national policy. It is made public, it is celebrated, it is broadcast to the whole world. Was such a thing held? Why did Nasir say it? if the office, so-called Office of National Security Advisor will take this statement with levity, then Nuhu Ribadu was never a policeman. He is not a qualified lawyer. He should not be in that office.
What would you say he should be doing? His office has reacted to this.
That is not a reaction.
If you were the NSA, what would you be doing?
And Nasiri should be writing some comments by now, some statements to the police, to the courts. If the position of Nigeria, the so-called APC government of Uncle Tinubu, if their official position is to be compensating bandits, paying bandits, then we don't have a nation.
So your inference tonight is that whatever Malam Nasir has said in that respect, which we play back,
yes,
if it's not true, the government of the day should be taken more seriously.
Yes, and so long as it passes by with the so-called, what you call reaction of the answer, then it is true. And I'm in so much pain, believe me. Nigeria is a great country, should be a great country, and we have people destroying us by the hour. Insecurity has been part of APC's game. And Nasiru is saying it, and I think he's right. The government has been paying them.
Well, you don't
Last
have
year, this time, I have facts.
No, the government has said no, they are not paying them.
They are paying them because the reaction of ONSA is not disputing what Nasiru has said.
You are inferring that the NSA should arrest Nasiru
No, I'm not interested.
or collect his statement. But if that happens, there are those in opposition that will say they are going after opposition voices.
There are more ways to counter such a position. I told you about 2015. You see, going after a former Nigerian president, trying to kill him. What does that tell you? Something. Before that, what had happened? After Jonathan won in the Supreme Court, they called for dialogue, and those young men nominated a former Nigerian president who took 3 days to repudiate. After those 3 days, go and plot the graph. You will see that between 2012 to 2014, the spikes of attacks around those villages in the northeast skyrocketed because hunger, lack of medicine. Why? Because somebody had stopped sending the recurrent expenses of those people who used to come all the way to Kaduna, collect and then go back, and that's how the cycle went. In protest as to why did you call that name, they couldn't bear it anymore and felt by 2014 the best thing was to go and attempt. It failed. We're lucky. They got Jonathan scared. He thought that, oh, if they kill this man, Nigeria will burn. They provided him with additional cars, more money, and it was all about money. It was all about collecting money. The truth is that somebody had gone to North Africa, negotiated with Gaddafi. Gaddafi, who is was an international terrorist, all over the world, from the far west to the far east, said, I will help you, like I've been doing. I heard there are some young men. There are plans to kill Gaddafi, not in the palace coup, but through uprising. If it fails and you become president, I will retire to your country if you become president. If it doesn't fail, right now, he wanted to create a buffer. So he sent Saif al-Islam, go on YouTube and find out, to Niger with money, cash, millions of dollars in his boot, to recruit Tuaregs to go and fight in Libya. Sent his former general to Mali, why you still have insecurity in Mali. In Nigeria, they give crazy amount of money to that gentleman. Go and help these people with the intention of bringing them to fight in Libya. When Gaddafi died, they sat on the money. They kept on with the recurrent until after mentioning the name, and then they stopped sending the money. They became, now all these things are linked. They wanted Nigeria to burn if Buhari did not become president in 2015. I contested alongside Buhari for Senate. I contested for Senate in 2011. You have it on YouTube. He said, blood, soaked in blood, the baboon and the... Ever since he made that comment, I refused to go and campaign with Buhari. Refused completely. It didn't matter if I lost the Senate seat. I won it eventually. Insecurity for a former president to say, you soak in blood. And then there was, Kaduna is my state. There was serious violence in Kaduna. Many, many houses were burnt. Emir's houses in Ongwansariki, Demna Abba had their houses burnt and all that, simply because of a statement. They went and brought in people from those neighboring places in readiness to remove Jonathan by all means. So the desperation of people to get Jonathan out of power has built up and added to what we call insecurity in Nigeria today.
So you're inferring that all what we have seen over the last few years as insecurity is orchestrated?
Of course.
And it's political?
Of course. Last year around this time.
This narrative.
Last year around this time. Whatever I tell you, I'll try to give you evidence. Last year around this time, we were just negotiating the release of our own nephew. And when he came out, what he said is not much different from what Nasiru El-Rufai said. They complained that, and this young man is alive. He could come here tomorrow and you interview him. He's alive now in Zaria. He's alive. That, look, they are not making much money relying on these handouts from government. Each time they go out to operate, they make more money, like handouts in their hand. We kept negotiating. He's alive and he can come to this and sit with you, Shehu Akimbaloyi, and you interview him. This is a fact. But my grudge with Nasiru's statements is that he was part and parcel of APC from 2013. Like he told you, he was one of the architects of it all. All of a sudden, to come and absolve himself and call others. No. Nasiru is part and parcel of all that has been going on. We suffered, we are victims of Nasiru's misrule in Zaria. Go back December 2015, when a war was supposed to have been won in the Northeast. What business, what military and strategic business did an army chief have to come to Zaria for a convocation, not of NDA, graduation of recruits, privates, choosing to follow the route where the Shiites were holding? All these things were orchestrated. They knew the exact hour, the exact minute that he was coming to pass, because they had the technology. And 800 people were killed because they wanted to raise down the temple that was built. These things were carefully doctored and orchestrated.
These are heavy allegations that you are making. And which one will imagine? One will imagine someone of your status in the society. Yeah. Why are you just saying this? Why are you saying this? Does it amount to a political gimmick? Or no. What exactly are you up to with this?
Shehu, I've been saying it. I said it in your own program. I mentioned the link about North Africa. In your own program, go back and check. Play the archives and see. Wherever I spoke, I linked electoral fraud with insecurity, corruption and insecurity. I have always done this.
I'm worried, actually, with some of the things that you are saying. But what is at the heart of all of this is that people are being killed. And the government is saying innocent soldiers are also losing, and security operatives are losing their lives. The question is, where do we go from here? How do we stop this cycle? If you say they are political in nature, for the sake of God, how do we stop this cycle of killings?
only when you have the right leaders. You can only have the right leaders when you have them truly elected. So long as people will steal an election, so long as people will capture a nation, you will never have security. Most important, most drastic, most horrific is that when that group of people use the tools of insecurity like we have seen in 2015, and it worked, and they achieved what they wanted. And again, they use now, for example, the tools of religion, ethnicity, division within political parties, heavy use of money, security, constitutional abuses and breaches. The law means nothing. It is just what one individual decides, irrespective of what the law says. You have to go and change the law to what suits that individual. There cannot be security. Not just peace, there cannot be security. Now let's go back. The purpose of being together in a nation is that you must be secured by whoever is leading you. If you are not secured, you are living in hell. You are not in a nation. Like we're almost there now. If that is the purpose, and you have someone who served as 8 years as a governor in one of the federating units, to come and say that it's a policy of the government to reward, because pay is reward, to reward terrorists and criminals. And the history of these people who have been in power, including the governor who said it, is that it is consistent with what he claims now to be doing. And that government is still ongoing. They still have another 2 years to go. We, the ordinary citizens, have no option. The whole world will take it that, yes, the Uncle Tinubu government, so-called federal government of Nigeria, has a policy of paying bandits and terrorists. The history I narrated to you of collecting donations from all over the world by somebody who specialized in collecting donations, by somebody whose entire political game, presidential contest, was because there was no way to sustain the ecosystem around him. They have to contest elections every 4 years. So even after 2011, they must contest elections, especially with the kind of money that people of like the same El-Rufai was bringing to contest. There can be no security for us ordinary citizens of Nigeria so long as you have electoral heist, underwritten, guaranteed by the kind of money and fraud that is taking place now. One single contract of 15 trillion naira extra, if I say judiciously, extra legally awarded. You cannot, you and I ordinary citizens will continue to live in a country that is close to hell, because it is close to hell. Last year, our family got together and rescued one of our nephews. Every day, you like to ask for evidence. The evidence is with you people in the... every day, villages and villagers are sacked from their villages, killed, carted away. Human beings are traded on the commodity like bags of rice that we like talking about. The standard price of human life now is out there. And you have a so-called government that are basking in the fact that they stole 2023 elections, and again that no one can stop them from taking 2027 again. Before then they go and remove the Northeast and the Northwest from the Federation and allow the other units to go on their own. I will come back to that in some other setting. There is no peace, there is no security for us living in close to hell. So long as these people are worshipped, continue to be worshipped by sycophants, telling them what they are doing is right. They are buying politicians who are jumping ship to join APC and give them the falsehood that they are doing well, there will be no security in it. Will continue to fail.
All right.
They're getting closer to Abuja. They're getting closer and closer and closer to Abuja. This insecurity we're talking about. So long as the president the so-called president is aloof with the realities on ground and has a so-called vice president who has been reduced to just going for wedding ceremonies, burial ceremonies. In the situation that Nigeria is, look, it is easier for the federal government of Nigeria now to send a whole vice president to go for condolence visits and wedding ceremonies than when 200 people are killed in the villages in Katsina. 52 were killed 2 days ago. He didn't go. But
we're totally out of time because we're totally out of time, Senator. Yes. But thank you so much indeed for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. This program is over. I have not been able to say 10% of what I wanted to say, but it is true what Malam Nasiru said, that there appears to be a national policy. However, he cannot run away because he is part of it.